Honest to God, this was like one of the biggest disappointments of 2021. And we're still in the pandemic. So, we got just. Kip.
So far how I'm feeling about the book is I'm like, I have high hopes for it because like a lot of people said it's really good, but it's written in third person, and I don't know, I feel like when it's written in third person, it takes me out of the story more, and it makes it harder for me to get into, like, or it makes it harder for me just like to relate with the characters. I don't know. So I'm only on page, like, chapter 4, like page 58, and it's, so I'm like, I'm getting into it, but like it's just taking me a little, I mean, it's still early, but like I just feel a little, just like, it's harder just to disconnect, harder to get used to the characters and just, you know, get into the story just because it's third person. I think I would have definitely been like more into it if it was written in first person, but we'll see.
Hi guys, so I just finished chapter 5 and I am not impressed with this book. To be honest, it's kind of boring. Like, is it just me? But I mean, 5 chapters in and all we've learned is that Chloe is chronically ill. She's very sarcastic and dry, which comes off as prissy to Red. Red is a painter, but he has problems with everything because of, what's the girl's name? Priscilla? Something like that. I don't know. His ex-girlfriend, who I guess screwed him over. She was also very posh. And she has 2 sisters who are looking out for her. And that's it. That's all we know. So I guess I will keep reading and update you when something happens.
I'm struggling with this book. So, yeah, Chloe has gone out for her drunken night out with Red, and it's like something happened, but not really. Nothing really happened. And like, I don't know, like there was some flavor, some spice, some sauce, but like nothing really happened. And it's just too much. It's just too much narration. Like, oh, he did this, he put her hand on this. I just want dialogue. I just want the dialogue. I want things to just flow naturally, just like, just, you know, get to know them more through their conversation. But like, the third person is really messing with me. I don't know, but it's not working for me. Okay, so I'm on chapter 10 now, and I thought I was getting spice last time. I thought I was getting something. I thought the book was about to make a turnaround for me. It was about to be like, okay, yes, like speed up pace. Like, I don't know, I feel like stuff is happening, but nothing's happening at the same time. So chapter 10, now we're kind of getting a little bit more background to like how Chloe, you know, like got fibromyalgia, and yeah, so I mean, it's good, like getting, you know, more background to like why she's like that, but I'm still not like loving it as much as I want to. So we'll see. We'll keep going.
Alright, I'm about to go to bed. As you can tell by my glistening skincare routine on my face. But I thought I'd read another chapter. And Chloe has just, you know, once again ruined something. You know, Red took her out. They went to the club, they went to the gallery, and they had this little spicy time outside of the gallery. And then Aunt Mary shows up and Chloe just ruins it. And I want to give her a break because I know that she has these awkward tendencies. She has this wall built up and everything. But like, you said that he was no one and basically nothing right in front of him. Chloe, girl, make it make sense. I lied. I kept reading. But in my defense, I wanted to see her fix it. And we knew she was going to fix it, obviously, because if she wasn't, the book would be over. And fix it she did, and they're so cute. And now I think they're going to be a couple, and I'm very excited for it. More cutesy. Yay. Okay, now I'm actually going to sleep, though. Like, for real. I've come to the end of the road. I don't know what I'm going to give this yet in terms of stars. I think I need to think on it for a little bit longer, but it did turn out to be better than I thought it would. It did pick up. The slow burn was definitely real. But I mean, like halfway through the book, it started getting good. The only thing that really, really stood out for me was that Chloe and Red are a lot alike, and they don't really realize it. Like, Red is a people pleaser, and I think it's because he went through that whole relationship with Pippa, and she was abusive, and I think he tried to mitigate her anger by doing things that would please her, and so he did it for other people around the apartment building, the flat building, whatever, tried to make them all feel better, like the old woman. And then Chloe was afraid of people leaving her, so she built up that shell. But like deep down inside, they're both just very insecure, and very fearful. And that's probably why they get on so well. But then another thing that stuck out was at the end when they like broke up, and Red said that his new lease on life was, fixing things and making people better, but I don't think he realized that he's been doing that for a while. And Chloe, who said that she's always been so safe, she hasn't been being dangerous, but she's changed so much since she met Red and they started doing all of her list activities. So a lot alike, and they just didn't realize it. So yeah, discussion coming.
All right, y'all. Let's just get into this, because honest to God, this was like one of the biggest disappointments of 2021, and we're still in the pandemic. So we got just Kim.
All right.
First impressions. What did you think?
Listen, this book I did not finish. I did not finish this book. Like, you know how when you go into your book and you start it and then you like, okay, like, it's not super, you're not into it yet, like, completely when you first start it. You're like, oh, I'm going to give it a little time. And then as time went on, there was this one point where I thought, oh, okay, it's turnaround. And then it went,
just didn't happen. Wait, what point was it?
It was, okay, it was like, I see like, where it went, psh. Is that where you went? Oh, it went psh, for me, like, I see like page like 130. I see like page 130 is where it went pretty psh. I think that was like pretty much after.
That was chapter 8!
Like, I think it just went just because like I thought I got hyped because I was getting something. I was like, ooh, okay, I'm getting interested. And then after that, it went down again. I was like, what the heck? Like, what's going on?
Wait, Kip, they're literally emailing about the website.
But
they have kissed once, and that wasn't even kiss. He kissed her jaw.
I kissed her jaw.
Like, he did.
Like,
wait, where did you stop reading?
So I stopped. What's this?
Please
so
tell
I
me
stopped.
they went camping.
I stopped after they went camping.
Okay. That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too, I made it like more than halfway through the book. Like, I was right there. To be honest, like, I could finish. But it was just like so boring. Like, I was just there. Like, at some point, like, I felt like I was like I was passively reading. Like, at one point I'm like, oh yeah, like just reading to read it. Yeah, but I still think there were some okay parts. Like the emails to me, that's what had me hyped. I was like, okay, a little spice, a little flirt, a little something,
A little back and forth.
Yeah, but then as soon as after the emails, then everything just went back to nothing. So what you think?
Once again. I mean, I finished it.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's anything.
Listen.
Did I want to? I mean, after they came back, wait, are you actually gonna finish it, or should I just spoil it?
No, I mean, I'll finish it, but you could tell me. Like, I'll still read it after you tell me. I'll finish it.
All right. But after they came back from camping, they, oh my God, I can't even remember at this point. I remember that they got into, they came back from camping. They were in her apartment, and her sisters showed up, and they were in her bed, and she had to go, they like barged in. She went out to try and get rid of them, and she misspoke and told them that she took off the meaningless sex part of her list, and then put Red on the list, and then Red took it the wrong way, got upset because he has his own insecurities, and then he dipped. She was in there. If you leave, don't come back. So he's out in the hallway, and he's like talking to the door, like somehow, some way, he automatically knew he made a mistake. So they talking to the door, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I messed up." She's basically like, "Too bad, so sad. It's over." And yeah, and then they make up because he starts sending her gifts. He writes her this letter, blah blah blah, and then they become a couple. They say, "I love you, I love you." So then the epilogue, they go to New York and then start traveling the world. It was like,
it felt.
First of all,
like, you go ahead.
Why did it take half the damn book for you to even like get into anything juicy?
Sis, I was expecting something at least at page like 100 or something. Some type of spice, some type of flavor, some kind of sauce.
Okay. First of all, just so y'all know, this was Janay's pick.
Listen.
I didn't even know what this book was about. I just saw that people liked it and that people were putting it on their Bookstagrams, and I saw it a couple times on BookTube. I didn't know what this was about.
People was hyped it up, and I was just like, I saw it was like I saw no bad reviews of this book. I was just like, okay.
Really?
And then at that, I saw that it was like the series, like it's like the other sisters, and I was like,
Danny.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, this seems like, pretty interesting. And I was like, all right, let's give it a go. Why not? But
interesting enough.
Yes. I guess we have unpopular opinions.
I guess so, because this wasn't it.
I don't even, and the thing about it is, one thing I do think which I don't think I can like 100% say she did like well, because I don't have fibromyalgia, but like I think her putting in that every now and then they remember that like she suffers from like chronic pain. So how do you think she did with like that representation of, I don't know.
I mean, I too do not have fibromyalgia or pain.
Yeah.
I think that I agree. She does a good job of reminding you that it's there, and that it affects her everyday life. What I didn't expect was that she didn't bring up race. I think she brought it up one time where Chloe said like, she said something along the lines of like, "I'm black." Or something like that.
like he was like, oh, like joking, and he was like, oh yeah, like, oh, I didn't know that, like, kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I just felt like, I don't know, I feel like for other books that I've read where they have these interracial couples, like The Wedding Date, like there was some talk of race, and I don't know, I kind of felt like there should have been, just because of the climate we're in. And this was written in like 2019, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know. It's relatively new book.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, sometime maybe last year. What's this? Yeah, 2019.
Right.
So I mean, definitely it's relevant.
Right. So I mean, maybe she didn't want to get into that heavy, especially because Chloe already has a chronic illness that she can't not bring up. So yeah. I guess there's that. But I mean, you went half a book, like 200 pages. of nothing.
It
So
was-
you
it
couldn't
was
mention it
horrible.
more than once.
I think
Did you say it was horrible?
it was horrible because like I told you like before, like it's written in third person, the book, and it made it harder for me to get into it. And then like I felt like, of course, the whole time, like to me, like I want the story to be more. To me, I like stories that are more dialogue versus like the narrator just telling me what she said or like
right.
You know, or like what he did. Oh, like I just wanted to like. I feel like it couldn't flow easily for me because it was.
It was all back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you.
So it was like it kind of like took me out of the story a little bit more. Yeah, I think it was, and then to me there were like a little bit. I know that the girl, you know, she's supposed to be awkward, but there were some moments where it was like awkward, as in like, why this? Like this is just like completely like weird. Like I know she wants like awkwardness, you know, quirkiness, but like there were some other times it was just like cringy a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying. It's just like, can you just be semi-normal for like 5 seconds, please?
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess that's Chloe Brown. She can't.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I guess so. And then and not that I'm saying like the whole time I didn't like the book. There was like some things where it was like, okay, like the emails or the I like where we got to like understand how, you know, she developed or, you know, got fibromyalgia and
and like her little past with her friends and fiance.
Yeah, her backstory.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about Red?
Feel bad. That whole thing makes me feel bad, and Red too. Red. What? Red. I feel bad for Red. I do, because Pippa really did a number on him, and so I felt bad because I don't think he realized it until the end. Well, I don't think he realized it at all, but he said at the end of the book that he had this new take on life, that he wanted to like fill in gaps and help people and all that, but literally he's been doing that from the start. Like from sitting and eating with the old lady because somebody didn't like her food, going to his mom's house to visit her. Like he's just been doing little things here and there that just really help people out. And I think that's one of his insecurities, is that he wants to keep the peace. He wants to make people happy because he did everything so wrong with Pippa. And I hate that he feels like he has to do that, because I feel like Red is a really nice person.
Yeah, he's nice. I think like his backstory. Yeah, I understand like why he is how he is. I think I don't know. Like I couldn't fall in love with Red. Like it was. I feel you. Yeah. It was like. Maybe that's it, like the chemistry with like me and the characters. Like I didn't feel any like chemistry. Like sometimes like I could relate, but like other times like I didn't feel like the chemistry, even like the chemistry between them two. Like I wasn't feeling it. Like I wasn't shipping them. So I was just like,
I mean, it seemed like for a long time he liked her more than she liked him.
He liked her more than she liked him.
Because she wasn't looking for anything, and he was just like,
yeah.
Oh, here comes Chloe Brown again. Chloe Brown's so beautiful.
Oh,
and
yeah.
She just like
he had a crush on her.
Man who was like a superintendent. Like she doesn't care.
Yeah. I think that that he. I don't know. I think he always had a crush on her from the beginning, right?
Right.
In the beginning. Yeah. He always had to kind of have a little crush on her, but yeah. I mean that was Chloe Brown. It was. What would you give it like ratings wise?
I think I'm gonna give her a solid, beautiful 3.
3 out of 5.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm between like a 2.5 and a 3 star.
And you didn't even finish it, so
I know. Like, but to be honest, like it was just, to me, it was just like when you read, you want to enjoy, and I wasn't enjoying too much. So,
right.
Like, and yes, so I just had to give it like 2, 3 stars, 2.5, 3 stars rating. Yeah, and then the question is the good question. Are we going to finish this series? Or can we try again? Or no, we just...
Well, let's discuss that when you actually when you finish. I mean, let's bring that up later. But y'all tell us what you thought in the comments, because maybe this is an unpopular opinion of just us, but also maybe there's some people out there who didn't want to speak up because of all the good reviews.
Yeah.
I don't know. Tell us in the comments.
All right. Well,
yeah.
We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.